Happy Tuesday evening, YouTube. I've had a long day and I'm pretty tired, but I got back from my walking meditation and I wanted to talk about something because something had come to me. I've been talking for years about these kinds of things, and it just came up to me today. I I have just been really like scared. I've been putting out my material like in my podcast and also on my YouTubes I'm that these changes are just really scary. I think they're just scary. Like I don't know what to expect. And I've never seen anything quite like this in my lifetime. And I also hadn't seen anything like the pandemic in my lifetime either, where they just shut down basically the world. And so I kind of have no idea what could happen. I mean, and I had this thing happen like 4 years ago, and I had this impression that things were going to get better. Like the way that we were on the planet was going to be better. And so imagine how from my perspective, like how disappointing when I see, and it just feels like the world is just crumbling. It's just crazy. And and I was thinking about this movie. Some of you all know me, but I love movies. I'm really into movies. And a long time ago, like not a long time ago, like the dinosaurs, but like years ago, this movie came out called Apocalyptico. And and it was a really violent movie. And I was struggling to like watch it, but I just couldn't stop because I was like, how is this gonna turn out? How are they gonna get out of this? Because I mean it was dire. It was like they didn't call it apocalyptico for nothing. I mean it was horrible. And then there was this scene where this guy, it's like they had these temples, and they take these people and they put them on this like pedestal, and then they rip out their heart and they chop off their head and they throw their heart and their head down like these steps on the front of the temple. And these are all like these sacrifices for the gods. And this character and his, I think it was his cousin, were like standing in line, and he was next to go up, and he says to his cousin, he says, I am not going to die today, or something. Like I'm quoting incorrectly, but he said, I'm not going to die today. And then they forcibly took him and they laid him on this pedestal. And then all of a sudden, there was this eclipse. There was this celestial event. And then like these whoever these people were who did these sacrifices, they figured that the gods were like satisfied because of this eclipse, and then they like sort of let them go. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't really know how it's going to turn out. I just believe that it is. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I just believe that it is. And I think that that's how we're going to get through this, is to just have this belief and holding on to this belief that it will get better. I listened to this character, this and he's channeled by Lee Carroll. His name is Cryon, and I would listen to this sometimes at night to help me sleep. And he was talking about holding the light. and telling people that it's going to get better. And then I was just sitting there like, how am I going to do that? How am I going to demonstrate that? Well, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to practice what I preach all the time and trust in that. I mean, I call it God. Some people are uncomfortable with that term. Like, trust the universe, trust goodness, trust light, trust God. I'm comfortable with the term God, and so I'm just going to trust. I don't really even know the way. I have been, as much as I can, holding the positivity and trying to keep optimistic that we are going to get through this. I often use the term like when you're on the beach and you're in the waves and the wave comes and you either kind of jump above it or you kind of tuck yourself underneath it. We're just going to get through this. I don't really know how, but I'm just going to trust. I'm going to practice what I preach. But anyway, I love you guys. I will be back.